Hi, and welcome to Black Dove Divinity Tarot. I am the Black Dove. Happy Friday, everybody. Today is Independence Day. If you celebrate that, I'm opening up by giving thanks to the ancestors, both African, who are, look, indigenous, but African and indigenous. And we are calling them in for today's read on this Friday, this Venus Day, this Love Day, this Oshun's Day. So we're giving thanks to that spirit of love, fearless love, um, heavy energy. Right before I hit record on a divine feminine energy is what I'm picking up on. First card that came out was sexy motherfuckers. Okay, so I'm picking up on this energy of, you feeling yourself right now. I also previously pulled, kind of this fairy energy. You are letting go, you're enjoying your freedom, you are going with the flow. Okay, you're open to adventure, new ideas. You're feeling inspired at this time. I feel too like you may be focusing on your body, looking good, feeling good. So heavy energy on you right now. Okay, I also pulled summer. So hopefully today you are doing something to enjoy yourself, in this energy, this sexy energy, this hot girl summer. Okay. We have here also, no matter how you show up, shape, size, small, voluptuous, you are in this fuck what they think energy. You're feeling yourself, that Nicki Minaj, Beyonce song. I'm hearing that in my head. You are stepping out, okay, in this Cardi B energy outside. You flexing on your ex. Spirit is encouraging you in terms of that energy. I'm feeling this energy of self-love. You loving yourself, doing, acts and rituals of self-care. So whether you're spending time outside, you're getting your hair, nails done, you're going on vacation, you're getting in water. All right, we have sacred waters here. You are focused on your healing. Spirit says in terms of your emotions, like tap into that. It's a major part of your journey. Okay, we have Cancer energy and Pisces, so water energy here with Pisces in the 12th house. It connects with the energy of transformation. Look, I'm picking up on death is essential. So you going through this rebirth at this time. Spirit says that you're going to be all right. There's also we. So it could be you and your family. Okay, with the number 2. It could be in terms of your relationships, your overall foundation. You are being cosmically protected, protected by your ancestors, protected too by the love that you are giving yourself. Is calling in love. So we have the Sekhmet card here. Look, Sekhmet, and that's all about the wounded healer. Sekhmet used the sun. She was the daughter of Ra, sister of Ma'at, and she too was focused on justice. She was a fierce warrior. And when I say she, when I'm using that pronoun, um, Sekhmet, yeah, she's viewed as she because here she's pregnant. But she used the sun to regenerate, to heal. So yeah, I'm using it as a confirmation. Spirit wants you to get out, especially in this season, this hot girl summer. Get out and, enjoy the journey. Enjoy where you are right now. Tap into your emotions. Look, when I say tap into your emotions, that's emotionally, spiritually, but also physically. Okay, look, if you got somebody to love on, then love on them especially. Look, the waters in every sense. Okay, so yeah, there's somebody who finds you sexy. I'm picking that up in this we gonna be all right. Could be a Pisces, could be an Aquarius, could also be a Cancer. So that water energy, plus Aquarius. So someone sees you as a star. Spirit wants you to also see yourself as a star. But I'm also picking up, just kind of looking around my altar. I see the Enamor card from the Kipperish deck. We'll pull from that in just a second. But I feel like there's somebody enamored with you. You too could be enamored with yourself. I'm seeing somebody looking at themselves in the mirror, admiring themselves. Okay, I'm seeing eyelashes. I'm seeing, like a twinkle in the eye. Somebody who's looking at themselves in the mirror, overall admiring their figure, their face. Okay, look, their hair. Okay, so yeah, heavy energy on this divine feminine, okay, the sugar mama energy. So you're in your bag right now. So you're feeling yourself, you're focused on your healing. You're also focused on any, money moves that you're making. Okay. You are, popping out in terms of flexing on your ex. I'm also picking up that this is, energy that's well deserved. Okay, with this fuck what they think, with this how can I explain myself, like it's divinely placed upon you right now. You've come out of something here with shame, right? But you've been purified, you've been cleansed. Picking up too on you doing a cleansing ritual. Okay, maybe a spiritual bath with sacred waters, but really tapping into your efforts, your practices to heal, to remain healed. Okay, this is your divine justice. All right. I'm feeling like you did escape something. I'm seeing six of swords in my mind. Okay. But with the help of the divine, six energy is all about reflection. Earlier I pulled crown chakra. I feel like with your connection, you know, with your spiritual favor, the hand of justice reached in and corrected or pulled you up out of that situation. Here with you got to be quicker than that. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. I think it was an insurance commercial, but they would always, it would be this guy who would be fishing. He would have this fishing rod and he would, say, you got to be quicker than that. I feel like somebody escaped a situation, okay? And the glow up is real. You are coming out of that, even though you are wounded, you're still healing. You came out of it with the gift of knowledge. You came out of it with the ability to, shape shift and adapt to any situation. Okay, warrior energy with Oya here. Yeah, this sugar mama energy. I'm also picking up on Queen of Swords. All right, let me pull a couple more cards. Spirit, what is the message? What is the message for divine feminine? Now take it as it resonates. If you've been watching tarot, you know that the read is general, so it may not resonate with everyone. Okay. If you are new here, again, this is Black Dove Divinity Tarot. If you find that today's message does resonate, please like the video. All right. This flipped, but it did a full flip. Let me go ahead. All right. We have the golden mirror. See, I see somebody looking in a mirror. But this energy is all about being self-absorbed, a one-sided relationship, narcissist. I'm picking up on that again. Love bombing. So the love of self that you have could be the result of you coming out of a relationship, or it could be a family connection where the relationship was one-sided. Maybe there was someone who was self-absorbed. This could be you as well um, with the mirror energy. This could be what you're coming out of. With threshold, the number 2, it's all about you stepping into something. So you're releasing, okay? You're surrendering, you're going with the flow, you're forgiving yourself, you're letting go of any shame associated with perhaps this situation. All right, what else, Spirit? We have talking, which is all about conversing more. There is an awaited message that's arriving. That could be a text, call, email. This could be this narcissist hovering, or it could be someone who's just interested in talking. It also says to awaited message. So something you've been looking forward to or waiting on, hopefully. All right, what else, Spirit? Spirit wants you to let go of any shame, to surrender it. All right, we have photograph. All right, so there's somebody looking at your photos. They are missing you. They are, thinking back on old memories, nostalgia. There's a relationship that they may want to work on with Hammer. It also says persistent. So someone persistent. So this hovering, this could be a message, or at least an attempt by this narcissist to get into your energy. Maybe they've looked over old photos and they want to come in with a message of rebuilding, working on it. But this Hammer card is also sabotage. Okay. So I feel like there's a choice to be made. We'll pull tarot to get more clarification. The Spirit, again, wants you to focus on your healing. Okay, look, we have right here, fuck what they think. So there's somebody who got you messed up. Okay. And they got to be quicker than that. So there could be somebody coming in with an offer. It's a bum offer. Okay. Spirit wants you to be free from toxic relationships or addiction. Right now, I'm picking up that you're healing from heartbreak. Okay. Yeah. So this is an attempt of this lower energy, to try to get into the reading. All right. We have seduction. Yeah. With sexy motherfucker, there's somebody who's attracted to you. Okay. They could be coming in to flirt with you, to date you, to hook up with you. This could also signal third party interference. But with flex on my ex and this next to entrepreneur shit, I'm feeling like there's somebody who wants to date you. Okay. Here with how can I explain myself? I feel like there's somebody who could be heavily attracted to, quite a few things about you. When I just talked about body, you looking good, you glowing right now. They're attracted to you physically, but also attracted to you on a, more spiritual, cosmic level as well, with Aquarius next to it. So they see you as the star. They see you as a hot girl. All right, the sugar mama energy. You could be an entrepreneur, or this person could be an entrepreneur. I think I said already Pisces energy is here. So I feel like this person may carry a lot of secrets. This could be the narcissist, or this could be you. Take it how it resonates. But with Pisces, I am thinking of moon energy. Okay, look, we have coffin. I pulled this in a previous read as well. Coffin is all about endings, new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So, yeah, this is freedom time for you. Look, with this being July 4th, freedom for you, definitely. Your divine justice, Aquarius and moon energy. Yeah, so there is a cosmic force that is guiding the situation. Avoid sabotaging at this time. Look, girl with the snake. Yes, so don't entertain snakes. All right, 15:15 on the timer. Empath, narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used. Avoid being charmed or used right now. Really stand strong on your boundaries. Also avoid carrying any shame if you have, let's say, fallen, I don't want to say weak, but if you may have gotten tripped up, look, because you got to be quicker than that. You may have slipped, but you didn't fall, okay? Um, you are growing, okay? So this is all part of change, all part of the change that you're going through. But Spirit said, keep your heart under lock and key, okay? Welcome love, but wait on the one. Okay, there's a getting together, a relationship that's evolving to the next phase. Let me pull a couple more cards from the Kipperish deck. I was trying to keep this under 10 minutes for TikTok, but can add it to YouTube. My spirit, give me clarification of the divine feminine. This awaited message that's coming in, spirit. We have here next week. It could be next week. With a third eye chakra out here, you could know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, it states a weighted message. So something that you're interested in, something you've been waiting to arrive. Ooh, we have unexpected money here on top of golden mirror. So with this narcissist, yeah, I picked this up earlier. Didn't I say divine feminine? This energy is heavy around this sexy divine feminine. There is a narcissist in your energy, but you're focused on your money. This entrepreneur could be you. You're going to be all right either way. You are heavily protected and guided. Okay, this message could be about money. That was the question I asked specifically. What else, Spirit? What about this person looking at photos? Someone who's missing the divine feminine spirit. Energy, spirit. What is this? Pisces energy. Someone who is reflecting on you and undergoing an awakening. So they are coming to, a change in mind, a shift in perspective. 47 at the top of the card breaks down to 11. So divinely guided, connected, self-love. So your self-love is triggering a awakening. Okay, yeah, you are protected. Spirit wants you to protect your heart. Stay free from toxic relationships, addiction, conversations, even though you may be seduced. Okay, so use your discernment. Look, this holiday, because I know 4th of July. Look, I plan on stopping by a friend's house. So look, you pour up something. You may see that old boo thing at the cookout, right? But, avoid being seduced, especially if it is toxic, okay? There's an expectation. So with a weighted message, somebody who wants to date you, this is the message. I feel like this is a person of a few words with this, how can I explain myself? So they may come in just direct, or they may expect you to pick up on the message. This could be a telepathic message, but talking, text, call, email. Okay, I'm feeling like it could either be a text message or telepathic message. I feel like this is a person of a few words. Okay, but you or this person is going through an awakening, triggered by self-love, your healing, this water energy, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, there's a mature woman that perhaps, through an awakening, it's going through a transition, a change. Yeah, moving on. So the girl with the snake is moving on. Good. You are moving out of that situation. I was picking up Queen of Swords energy, but at the bottom of the deck, I saw jealousy and envy right here under the Ice Queen. So that Queen of Swords energy. We'll see what tarot says about that. But you right now, Divine Feminine, you're protected. You are receiving a long-awaited message, one you've been expecting. It could be about money. Perhaps with the start of this business, with the sugar mama, entrepreneur energy. Okay, there's a narcissist lurking, but you've moved on. You've matured from the situation. You are more optimistic, more grounded. You're free. Okay, you're powerful. You are, popping out. You're feeling yourself. And there is an X and there's a flex. Okay. I take it how it resonates. What fell out during the shuffle is the Knight of Swords. Okay. So the Knight of Pens in this deck is the Knight of Swords. Yeah. And I have this new deck that came in. It's the tarot version of Banned Books. And if you guys know anything about me, look, I'm an English major, number one, and I teach literature. So, really excited about these books. About the books used, for the tarot, each like major arcana, it points specifically to a banned book. So it kind of breaks it down according to those themes. So here with unexpected money on top of the golden mirror. So I feel like your divine justice, because of what you endured, you have unexpected money coming in fast with this Knight of Swords energy. It could be due to your truth, your justice with this divine justice card out here as well. Okay, so this Knight energy, this awaited message, it's coming in. Look, unexpected money. All right, we have the moon. Yeah, right here on top of divine feminine. The moon is divine feminine energy. Okay. So again, you are tapping into your power. This is on top of Pisces. We and you gonna be all right. You have the Three of Words, which is the Three of Wands here. No, yeah. The Three of Words here is the Three of Wands. Look, I'm still learning. I think the Pens is Wands. No, the Pens is Swords. The words are Wands. Paper is Pentacles. Pen is Swords. Okay, so words is Wands. So yeah, I'm taking this Three of Wands as you keeping your eye on the vision. It may have changed, you know. So perhaps with you using your third eye chakra, you are seeing things more clearly. You are locked in on the vision. You're focused on what it is that you're doing. And this is all too a part of your glow up and the flex on your X. Okay. What else, Spirit? So major arcana, the moon. There's something taking place under the surface. But whatever it is, Spirit says you're going to be all right. Oh, I don't want all of these. Okay, we have the Ten of Paper. So this is the Ten of Pentacles here on top of self-love. So that's your inheritance. Your legacy is, through adversity, you stood strong on your foundation of self-love, your faith, staying true to your emotions, focusing again on your healing, your freedom, your liberation, staying free. Okay, so that's avoiding, toxic relationships, but that is your legacy, and you are locked in on that. Okay, we have the Nine of Papers, so this Nine of Pentacles here on protection. So your heart, your inheritance is all protected. Everything you've worked for, everything you've invested, and your efforts, they are being rewarded. Spirit says expect that. Okay. Your confidence too is a part of your attraction, a part of what's attracting in um, this seductive energy. All right. We have the Knight of Words, which is the Knight of Swords. Oh no. Words. I'm sorry. I think words is wands here. But yeah, so the Knight of Wands. So we have night energy. So definitely movement, travel. The page is the messenger, but the knight is like the mission, the one who executes the mission. So whatever is communicated or interpreted in the message. So there's someone who has, come to a conclusion in terms of you, this attraction, overall dating you. Okay. So this Knight of Wands energy is somebody coming in, for a good time. That's hot boy energy right here on top of entrepreneur, rich shit. So this person too could be the flex, look, the entrepreneur. There's something that they see and like in you as well. With the Knight of Wands being under the moon, this could be secret, especially with Pisces being here. Pisces is all about, secret dreams, look, imagination. So Three of Inkwells here. Inkwells is cups. So Three of Cups on top of mature woman. So this is a spin the block. This could be somebody that you know from your past with the Three of Cups. Somebody who you identify as a friend or at least in a friend group. Look, we have the Magician. Oh, there's a couple cards that flip. But the Magician here on top of moving on. So girl with the snake is moving on. You've manifested and created this new reality. You are inspired. Seven of paper. That's Seven of Pentacles. Your prayers, are being manifested. It's coming in with the moon energy. So you may not see evidence of it right now. That's that message, that unexpected money, your reward, okay, with this Nine of Pentacles energy. Also with, look, this energy here of Ma'at. Okay, so we have Aquarius star energy. How can I explain myself? And you guys see how I'm kind of, I won't say getting stuck, but just trying to pick the right word. So how can I explain myself? Look, that is somebody who may be tripped up on their words. They may know what they want to say, but just kind of struggle with finding the right word to say it. A person who is tactful, respectful. Look, and I'm looking at the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pens. That person normally is blunt. They're coming in hot. They're coming in to tell you exactly how they feel. So this person, they get their point across, and they are, making their way to you. They are coming to communicate a message. It's a long awaited message. It has to do with your vision, with your future. Could have to do with whatever career move you're making with entrepreneur and sugar mama being out here. So money is in one way or another tied to it. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So we know it has to do with your foundation, your stability, your inheritance. Okay. So this ancient knowledge, this help that you're receiving, help from the ancestors, help from energy like Sekhmet, like Hecate. I also hear some people pronounce the name as Hecate. but the energy of transitioning, this energy of being guided through the shadows. So from darkness to light, moon energy, things are going to be revealed. This Knight of Wands is coming in. Expect a message. Three of Cups, a reunion. The Magician, one you've manifested. Okay. Right now, 30. Look, 30:30 on the timer. Let me close out with tarot. You can pull more zodiac. We have Pisces, Aquarius, the star energy, Cancer, moon energy, Pisces and Cancer, even more moon energy. So divine feminine, heavy energy. This Nine of Pentacles, the baby Empress. Look what came out. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So double confirmation on Ten of Pentacles. With the Pentacle energy, the Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is manifestations coming to fruition. So Pentacles is actual, tangible. So with unexpected money, this is what Ten of Pentacles came out on. You can expect money. Okay. Knight of Wands, more night energy here on the moon. So yeah, somebody's coming in. Look, a tower. They could be bringing a tower, but in one way or another, it's attached to your foundation, this Ten of Pentacles energy. It's attached to this message. But this is next to we gonna be all right. So either way, you're gonna be all right. You and your family. Divine feminine energy, moon energy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the tower on top of the Three of Words, which is the Three of Wands. So yeah, divine intervention. This awakening is triggering a tower, and the tower is making everything clear. It's clearing things up. I think the tower is Scorpio energy. So water. We have Five of Cups. Your Ten of Pentacles has come from, sorrow, perhaps tragedy, loss, even regret. Okay. Spirit says you are protected from any shame. Focus on your healing, your self-love. Yeah. You've completed a cycle. Whatever you had to do to complete it, you are protected, you are cleansed, you are forgiven, you are healing. Okay. You're protected. 21 breaks down to 3. You are being guided. Night energy also makes me think of journey. So you have a mission. So you're not focused on what anybody thinks. Okay. And this King of Swords is also in that energy. So they're deep in thought. King of Swords on top of the Knight of Words, which is Knight of Wands. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Either way, this person has made up their mind. They're determined to come in. Spirit wants you to stay optimistic. Yeah, somebody is seduced and attracted by your healing, by your self-love. Okay, Four of Cups. We have Five of Cups. Water energy again. Sword energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Four of Cups under the Tower. Yeah. Something has kind of reached a boiling point. The environment, whether toxic or just dry. I'm getting, a person just isn't, it's just not hitting. Look, it's not hitting. They are imagining, thinking, dreaming, perhaps in even certain ways acting on, whether they're sending messages, but they're planting seeds that is triggering a tower of change. Okay. What else, Spirit? You are manifesting and you're also being manifested. Okay. That's for sure. And this is all a part of your divine justice, all a part of your karma. Nine of Wands on top of Magician. So yeah, you are a fierce, we talked about the warrior energy. You're a fierce manifester. You manifested your way right out of that toxic relationship with the narcissist. Look, they thought you were just a girl with a snake. You were a full blown beast. Okay. Nine energy, especially here under Oya for me, that connection is the mother of nine. And, no matter how people look at the Orishas, because I know it's a really closed practice in a lot of ways, the mother Oya came to me. So outside of what may be considered proper initiation, I definitely consider myself, look, a child of Mother Oya. I consider the mother of nine my divine guide. So with the Nine of Wands, yeah, that's that nine energy, that mother energy. On top of Cancer, Mother Oya also is, goddess of war, of wind, of change, transition, transformation. So you stood tall during the change, during the transformation. Nine of Swords came out just on a shuffle, and it wasn't easy. Yeah, there was grief and sorrow attached. But on the other end of that is your inheritance, your divine justice, your Ten of Pentacles. Okay? Spirit wants you to focus on your healing and keep loving yourself. All right? Change may be uncomfortable right now, but you have cleared your hurdles. Okay? So on this Friday, in the energy that you are in, this night energy, I feel like you're on a mission. The mission should be to enjoy yourself, to get outside, to heal, to engage in adventure and freedom, to go with the flow, to connect, to nature, to the sun, to love, okay? To really connect with yourself, your ancestors. All right, so we'll close out on that. If you found that today's message resonates, please feel free to leave me a message. If you haven't joined the page on YouTube or on TikTok, look for Black Dove Divinity Tarot. I would love to have you. And I should be back today with another message. In the meantime, look, be safe and enjoy your 4th. Be blessed.